Hello, everybody. So, this is the first time I've double dipped and had two lives on both channels at the same time. Hello, Belinda. Hello, Sylvia. So, Sylvia, if you press that button that says join, I should be able to pull you right up now. Let's see. Oh, that's it. Yes! You guys are about to be hit with two blondies.
Hi.
There she is. Hello,
Good
gorgeous.
to see you, Amelia.
Yes, it's lovely to see you. I'm tricking my dog into staying by giving him treats.
Good, I love it.
He keeps hiding in his crate lately. I don't know what's going on, so I'm trying to. I know. So I'm
He's
trying
so sweet.
I know.
I follow this little dog on Instagram, and I'm like obsessed with him. He's like this little Japanese Chihuahua. I'm just like,
Oh, bless. Yeah, he's a naughty boy. He acts like a good boy on the internet. Really, he's a little
that's all
terror.
that matters.
Yeah. Everyone's faking it for the gram, you know. My baby's faking it. You know?
I love it.
Belinda just sent a message saying, I hope you're feeling better. I am definitely like nearly there, and tomorrow I should be completely normal. I just have been out for the count for a few days. Sylvia knows because she's one of my clients, and a couple of days ago I was like, honey, I can't do the call. I'm sorry. She was like, honey, do you need anything? I was like, just to go to sleep.
You're like not to talk to anybody and have some rest, which was good too.
Basically. Yes. So this is the thing, guys. I was really cool to do this today. Me and Sylvia had our session, and I was like, I feel like everybody needs to hear some sensible voices, you know? And, you know, this is the Divine Feminine community. I'm a Divine Feminine. Sylvia's a Divine Feminine. She also happens to be a cardiac surgeon, so she can actually speak with some authority, which is great. I can't. I can just say, hey, I have inner peace. Hi.
Well, that's important too. Decreasing stress is like key. Yeah.
It's a good thing, but I think it's really important for us to have you here to be able to just to be able to put a bit of perspective here on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk a little bit about it and throw out some numbers and like kind of put everybody's mind at ease, because the press is like very big on kind of the fear mongering thing, and everybody's more afraid than they should be. But basically with the coronavirus, it's similar to the flu, but it's not the same as the flu. The symptoms are very similar. You know, it's kind of fever, chills, dry cough, some shortness of breath. But in our age population, you know, the 30-year-olds to 50-year-olds, the incidence of us having serious complications or dying from this is like 0.2 to 0.4%, which is a really, really small percentage. The people that it becomes a much bigger deal with is the people that are over 60. When you're over 60, there's a 6% risk of dying. And when you're over 80, there's about a 13 to 14% risk of dying. So it's really those older people that have the highest risk of having the complications. And then when you add their comorbidities in, meaning if they have any history of heart disease, any history of elevated blood pressure, any history of diabetes, then those comorbid conditions increases their risk. If someone's immunocompromised, that increases their risk. So the best kind of thing to do at this point, the reason everyone's saying stay home, go on lockdown, start the social distancing, stay 6 feet away from everybody else is not for you. Social distancing is not to protect yourself. It's to protect other people. Because
the vulnerable people.
Exactly. Because once you contract the coronavirus, there's about a 2 to 14 day incubation period where you show no symptoms whatsoever. And so you think you're fine. You have no idea that you have the virus.
Yeah, you're going out, shaking hands, blowing kisses, hugging people, you know, doing what we do.
Having drinks, greeting people.
Having sex.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it comes in. You know, it's that STD that always gets you. So, so the social distancing really is for the older people, your parents, your grandparents, the people in nursing homes. And so like the hospitals that we work in, you know, I've been canceling all my patients' appointments because I work with a lot of older patients. And so I keep telling them, you know, parents' age, people who are seeing me with heart disease, people who are seeing me with high blood pressure. If you don't have anything that's an emergency, there's no reason to come to the hospital. You know, just kind of stay away, stay at home. You can, oh, I lost you for a second.
Don't worry, I pressed the wrong button. I'm trying to do the waves. Sometimes that happens. You carry on, darling.
Yeah, so it's kind of just keeping your distance from people to prevent this the spread of disease. It's not you getting sick from it, it's prevention. I have no idea what this whole toilet paper thing is, and people posting pictures of everybody being out of toilet paper. Like, I have no idea.
I'm going to go buy some as soon as we finish, and that's it. You've just instilled a drastic fear in me that I must buy toilet paper.
No,
although saying that, Charmin is like $10 for like 9 of them, so I'll probably just buy one packet.
No, they're totally price gouging. But like, I don't know why everybody needs toilet paper, or why they're like just hanging on to the essentials. But you don't need massive amounts of toilet paper. The important thing is, like, not everybody running to the grocery store, because then you're in more contact with sick people. So staying home, kind of sitting, chilling
out is how
relaxing.
My angels have a very simple way of describing it. If everyone could just chill the fuck out, and chill the fuck out about worrying, but also chill the fuck out about going and doing too much stuff. Let's all just stop doing stuff this weekend. Let's all just sit at home and make popcorn, watch movies. You know, the weather's kind of okay, but we're not really missing out on the best weather in the world, most of the places in the world. You know, this is kind of that early spring, sort of, it's a bit drizzly, whatever. Let's just all just chill out and
it's a mandatory rest.
Yeah, a mandatory rest.
Post-Mercury retrograde. Yeah, and just chill. So, interestingly, so if you stay home, so say you get coronavirus and you're like one of us, you're in your 30s, 40s, 29, which I always claim, but whatever, I'll keep my fingers crossed. Stay home. You're supposed to stay home when you're sick, and you're not staying home because you can't go out and do stuff. But when you stay home, you prevent transmission to 2 to 3 people. And those 2 to 3 people would infect 100 more people. And that would mean that out of those 100 people, if some of them are older, 15 to 20 of those people would be hospitalized. And out of those 15 to 20 people that are hospitalized, one of those people would die. So by you staying home, you're decreasing at least 100 people from getting infected and cross-contaminating everybody. So it's really kind of important to kind of just stay at home, rest. You're not doing anything, but you're doing the social distancing. And the actual definition of social distancing is staying 6 feet away from somebody, not going to gatherings with over 50 people. Now, I think they probably made the number smaller, not going to conferences, because again, you don't know in that incubation period who is actually infected. The majority of people who are infected, about 80% of them present with mild symptoms. So those are the mild symptoms where you feel like, yeah, I'm good enough to go out. But you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for the people who will and can get really, really sick, who are going to require prolonged ICU stays, like those older people who can't be put to the nursing home, because those are the people that are going to die. So that's who you're trying to prevent the deaths in.
Yeah, and I think that's the key thing for everyone to realize. You know, when me and Sylvia spoke today, it just put so much perspective to it, you know. So yes, there is a real thing going on. Me and Sylvia are very conspiracy-like, even though she has a real job. And we do feel that this is being overexposed and oversold to everyone, and an increased amount of fear-mongering, etc., and some dodgy reasons of where this thing came from. We are definitely in agreement on that. But the reality is, it is here, and we have an immune system strong enough to fight it off. We are not in danger, but we do need to look after those loved ones of ours, and we all have them, that are a bit more fragile, and we've got to love them. And the way to show our love is to just chill the fuck out for a couple of weekends, you know, and like just chill out. Like, what's so bad? Like, chill out. Like, if we can do this ourselves and just all chill out, and we all just chill out, and we all just get some groceries in, and we just don't really have too much contact with people, and we just, you know, keep to ourselves, this thing will just disappear. And my angels keep telling me, hello, Justin, darling. My angels keep telling me, once everyone's wearing sunglasses, and I think they're talking about the, Western, Southern Hemisphere, I don't know, whichever one we're in. Which one are we in, my darling?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah.
No,
the one that we're in, the
Northern.
one where America and England are, where it's winter
Northern.
right now and we're going into spring. I don't know. Belinda could probably tell me the southern hemisphere or the whatever hemisphere. But if we can just chill out, by the time we're all wearing sunglasses and summer kicks in, this will all past us. It will all be gone. Northern. Oh, thank you, June. Clever girl. See, we need a combination of brain boxes here. Oh, there we go. And then Belinda as well. See, like that, the whole crew's stepping up here now. This is all my inner circle are like, yeah, we got you. But yeah, so the thing is, guys, is yes, let's chill out. Let's not make a fuss about it. Something that's concerning me is that there's this thing in England where it's like, keep calm and carry on. And I spoke with my dad earlier. And my dad was like, oh, well, you know, we shouldn't let it stop our lives. We should carry on like normal. And actually, it's like, no. Yeah. Can we all just stop and unplug for a couple of like weekends in a row and just let this thing die out? Because it's the keep calm and carrying on that's kind of causing a problem. And then combined or compacted with, as my angels just said, compacted with this fear for ourselves. Oh my God, I'm going to get sick. And it's like, no, chill out. You're not going to get sick. If you do, it'll be the flu. You'll go to bed. You'll get up. It'll be fine. Yeah. Let's just love the people and show our love in the appropriate way for the people that are a bit more delicate, guys.
Yeah, so I think that's really, really well said. And again, like, you know, the mortality rate right now, the amount of people that die from this are about 60 per day. And that is probably less than what it's going to be. And first off, it's a little bit underreported. They're just not reporting, not testing everybody. They're keeping kind of suspected cases hidden, I think kind of globally. And it's early on in the pandemic. But still, the seasonal flu itself kills about 1,200 patients a year. I mean, 1,200 patients a day. And so it's on the lower spectrum of that, but it's just the older people. And they're just, you know, the media just keeps feeding this. I mean, it needs to, because the infectious rate is pretty high. And the amount of people that you can expose to the disease is high, but the mortality right now is not that high. The concern again is that for those older people is that they're requiring prolonged ICU stays, and they're requiring like almost 2, 3, 4 weeks of prolonged ICU stays. And when they try to send them home to their nursing home or wherever they live, they can't, because if they send them there, then all those patients get infected and get really, really sick. Yeah. So again, just to reinforce that social distancing thing, if you stay at home and you just kind of lay low, then the amount, that was that graph that you posted earlier, the 5,000 people that are infected will stay at about 5,000 and it's not going to rise. Versus if you don't do the social distancing thing, then in a 24-hour period, that 5,000 amount of people infected increases to 30,000. And so it's important to kind of say, you know, I'm going to chill 6 feet away from people. I don't need to be touching everything. It's still, right now it's living on metal surfaces. Be very aggressive about washing your hands. You don't have to touch everybody to say hello. You can kind of do a wave or air kiss or something else. So.
Yeah. And for anyone who's just tuned in, this is Sylvia. She is a divine feminine. She is a member of the community. She's also one of my clients, one of my graduates, and one of my inner circle members. And most importantly, she's a cardiac surgeon at an actual hospital every day at the moment. So I wanted to bring someone in that could actually be at the grassroots of it all, who's actually seeing it, who can actually tell us what it is and what's going on. So on the conspiracy side, yes, I do think that basically there's something going on here, that this is being used to mask something, like there's other things going on, and this is being made such a big deal of, and the media does that when there's something they don't want us knowing about, and they put this big thing out.
Or distract us from something else going on.
Yeah, I do feel like that's kind of going on. But I also think that something really positive is going to come out of this. And for anybody who was wondering why I was saying that there was positives, what's going to happen, I think, is there's a really healthy questioning happening that didn't exist before in many people. A healthy questioning of, is everything in the news true? Is everything what they're saying it is? Just this healthy questioning, not blindly following everything. I think people are starting to think for themselves. Now, obviously, the conspiracy theorists among us have been thinking for ourselves for quite some time.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. No idea. But but the majority of the world take things at face value. And I do think that this particular thing happening has made the conspiracy theorists speak up a bit, to such an extent that I think it's almost creating a positive trend for people to speak up. And this is making other people think, and other people think. And I do think that the way we're going to change this world is through us all being awake and aware and doing our own research and not just trusting the news. Go on the internet. There's so much great information on there. There's so much bullshit, but hey, we just have to wade our way through it. There's bullshit, but at least it's not all bullshit, you know? And the other thing I'm being guided to tell everybody about, because I was just reminded that we're in the community, so I can be pretty blunt in here because all you girls are incredibleness. And that is, remember the 80-20 rule, which I spoke about a long time ago. And that is that basically not everything's black or white. It's not like, oh, well, this is good, this is bad, this is left, this is right. You know, it's not like that. A lot of the information they're using in the media, it's like 80% true, but then there's 20% of bullshit being added. And then they may have something else and it's like, you know, it's 20%. And then they're adding 80% bullshit, but they've just got 20% of truth in there. So it kind of feels like they're talking some sense. Start to use your intuition. All of you girls that are watching this are earth angels. You all have intuition, and understand to learn what resonates as the truth. And once you've perfected the ability to learn what resonates as the truth, help teach other people and speak out a bit on this area about people just asking healthy questions and not blindly trusting that the government's our best friend.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, because in reality, there's a lot of big business, you know, there's big pharma and big medical and big,
absolutely,
big food and big everything. And, you know, all of these people want to get paid and they're owned by shareholders and stuff. And realistically, the government works for them. So, you know, let's just all be a little bit aware. Let's not blindly follow. Let's do our research. Let's keep an open mind. Let's avoid any fear. And then let's just really love those people that are frail and do what's right, which is isolate ourselves a bit, which is empaths we love doing anyway, and take this time to do your personal development work and heal your inner wounds and your childhood wounds and your inner child, and let's make it a positive thing.
Yeah, so the only thing I would add is kind of like important points are just, you know, make sure to wash your hands. You can still stay connected with your friends, but avoid large crowds and like large gatherings. Try to stay a decent amount of distance. Right now it's recommended 6 feet away from people. You know, protect your immune system. Take, you know, Gautam would kill me if I didn't tell everybody to take Tulsi and holy basil, the astrologer guide.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Everybody, all my clients know this. There is a product called Moducare, MODUCARE. Can one of my girls type that on there? MODUCARE, Moducare, and it's on Amazon, and it increases your immune system by 900% in healthy adult marathon runners. So if it does that for them, it's a quite good thing to have in the house. Comes in grape chewable flavor as well as the capsules, and I take 2 every day just because I have Lyme disease like in my body. That's it. Thank you, June. So I do recommend every single person, and I don't sell it and I get no commission.
I mean, maybe we should.
I think we should actually, yes. That's something we were talking about earlier, but yeah, exactly, honey. So Moducare is just something everyone should have. Anyone that's vulnerable, my suggestion is that they just start taking 1 or 2 every day now. And anyone else, just take it if and when you get unwell. Do your research, look it up. You'll see what I found. It literally 900% increase in immune system in healthy adult marathon runners. So again, it wasn't tested on people that were poorly. It was tested on the strongest of the strong adults, you know, and it still helped them. So yeah, I recommend everyone get some. Is there anything else you think we need to cover, my darling?
Yes, vitamin C is really important. They're treating patients with IV vitamin C. Alicia actually posted a recipe of like lemon juice, turmeric, ground up ginger, and I was like, that is literally what I have in my hand that I'm drinking as well. So anything that boosts your immune system is really important. And then again, you're staying at home and doing the whole social distancing thing. for the people that you care about, the older people, not really for yourself. It's for everybody else. Kids really aren't showing any evidence of the disease, so that's good right now. And then
that's so great to know. Aren't we lucky, guys, that we have somebody who, like I said, is one of us, but she really is like, she's on the ground with this. She's really, you know, it isn't something that's on the news. It's something she's really actually seeing. And so I just feel so grateful that we have you to be able to speak like this, just some real talk, you know?
Yeah. And then, avoid hospitals if you can. And if you have any doctor's appointments, everyone's running in saying that they have coronavirus. So your best bet is to kind of, unless you think you're really sick and you have some major reason to go, don't go to the doctor's office because it's just like a viral cesspool. So try to stay home. And if your parents have doctor's appointments, tell them to cancel and reschedule unless it's something urgent. And a lot of urgent things can be dealt with over the phone.
Yeah.
And avoid emergency rooms unless it's like something very severe.
Yeah. I mean, I think this all sounds really sensible. Does anyone have any questions before we wrap up? I was just going to make this one not as long as the usuals because it's an unusual one, but I felt responsible to try and do something. And then when I spoke with Sylvia today, it just made absolute sense to ask her to do this, but I'm sure you're all very appreciative. And this will be on replay for 24 hours. So I'm hoping that a lot of the community will get to see this, maybe get to share it. Because it's just, you know how there's so much panic, and yet look at me and her, do we look like we're panicking?
So, you should see me at the hospital. I'm like, why don't you have a mask on? Did you just cough in my direction?
Yeah. No, this is definitely a really good thing. So just saying, I don't think anyone has any questions. I think we've covered everything really, honey. I think we're just very blessed to have you. And yes, we're very grateful and thankful for you and your time, my darling. I'm glad you were available.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Thank you.
This was literally like so last minute. Like we literally spoke today and it's like, should we do it? She's like, yep. So yes. So you guys can send her lots of love hearts. You know, if you pull up her Instagram, you'll be able to send her lots of love hearts and thank yous for coming in today. And well, I love you, my darling.
Love you too.
And let's make sure we get ourselves scheduled for next week so we can catch up on everything, because on Monday we've got our big meeting.
Yeah.
So
sounds good.
perfect. All right, guys. We love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.